Hello, welcome to another video, and today we're looking at the all-new Commodore 64X, which I'd never even heard of until today, but it's been out. It's a Kickstarter that's been out for, well, it's got 8 days to go, so they're usually about a month long, so it's been going about 3 weeks, I guess. It's obviously going to succeed because it's been pledged 140 grand of its 25 grand goal, and they've got 483 backers. But just before we'll get into it, I've had my red wine. It's Friday night when I'm recording this, so I'll just have a quick sip of my water. What's happened there? I've clicked on something I shouldn't have done. Anyways, let's. So it's the Commodore 64X. So there's a few different versions of this. We'll watch the video, go through that, and then we'll go through the. I've had a bit of a look at the campaign. I'm certainly not going to go through all 245 comments. Good lord! But let's just see what we've got to go on here. Bear with me.
Look back at the history of personal computing: Atari, Apple, Commodore.
Well, I had that Atari. Those are great days.
Those were the big names once upon a time. Many of us grew up playing our favorite video games,
But no mention of the Intellivision.
on the C64. Others heard later how much fun the system had been.
I never had a C64. I've got a C64 Mini now and the full size, but never had the C64 back in the day. Friend had a VIC-20. They look cool. But no, well, it's ZX Spectrum, so there you go.
Still others would read about Commodore long after the brand's star had started to sink. Instead
God, that needs a bit of a clean.
of leaving the Commodore brand confined to the past, though, we can bring it back. That does not need to mean one more reproduction of the old computer either.
I wonder what they're getting at.
It can become something more, a retro-style piece that you can display proudly.
Hey, what? That have certain words on that. Instead of F1, F2, etc. Internet, email. In fact, when they like F1, F3, it's F1, F2 on the same button. F3, F4, 5, 6, something like that. Volume up and down, files, email, internet. Internet, eh?
Style piece that you can display proudly, not
Hard drive dock.
only because of the rush of nostalgia it provides, but because of its full gaming quality functionality as
We'll get into that.
well. That is the idea in a nutshell. A Commodore case surrounding a fully functional modern PC. Available in 3 variations: the Barebones case-only model, the Extreme model, and the gaming-optimized Ultimate model. This is a device that sits uniquely at the crossroads of yesterday and today. While the Commodore 64 has served as the first model in this line, your contributions will make it possible to stretch further and do more.
Wonder what we'll get next then. ZX Spectrum?
More as in the Commodore 1690S monitor,
Oh.
the Commodore VIC-20, the Commodore 16, the Commodore 64 Chameleon, and even a special edition backlit translucent Commodore 64. For a limited time only, you can claim your C64 case or computer with an optional add-on retro monitor through this campaign for a substantial discount. Act quickly, the word is out and the new era of Commodore has arrived. To learn more, read on below and select the contribution package that works best for you.
So we'll go through the. Is that it? Ooh. Silence. Nothing going on. They kept that going rather too long, didn't they? So let's just go through some of this. So the all-new Commodore 64X. The legend has returned. Hailed as the world record holder for the highest single-selling computer model of all time, the Commodore C64X, or just the Commodore 64X, can be hit with retro fans everywhere. There'll be 3 models available, including the Barebones Extreme, compatible with Windows 11, and the PC Gaming Ready Ultimate model. Also 8 Chameleon colours, so you can choose your colour, including the translucent RGB backlit version, #lit. Let's go through it. By the way, I hope you can hear me over the fan. It's only on this it's like level 2 setting. There's about 10, 11 levels or something. So So there's this. I think this is just like an old advert. So I've not gone through it.
Are you keeping up with the Commodore?
Yeah, I'm not going to play the whole of an old advert. But I'm Sean, founder of My Retro Computer. I've been obsessed with Commodore since my early college days, which will be early. Commodore as a household name deserves a comeback, and the Commodore Corporation has excitingly agreed to a licensing deal. Ready to sign the paperwork, and as soon as I put together the funds needed. So he wanted to raise 25 grand. Obviously, that succeeded, and we've got the 3 different versions. So the Commodore 64X Ultimate. GTX 1650 on board, excuse me. You can play modern games. Now I bought a new PC April last year. Now I really wanted one with 3080, RTX 3080. Of course you can't get those unless you want to pay with silly prices, so that's just taking a back seat, and I'm going to wait and see what comes around with the 4080 later in the year. But I had a GTX 1660 with 6 gigabytes. I think it's GTX 1660 Super with 6 gigabytes. And a lot of games play well in 4K. Hitman 3, I suppose I'll launch it through. That doesn't like 4K at all. So I just play that on 1080p. So 1650 on board, you can play modern games. Well, you can play them with 1080p, I guess. What's this? I can't remember what the. Let me just see. I've got talk amongst yourselves. So yeah, got like a breakdown of what my PC is, which I've put in the video description for some of the games I've done from it. So yeah, an i5 6-core processor, i5 10400F for Freddy. I think F means you don't get a. You can only do it through you can only output video through the video card. You can't have a separate output on the motherboard. But I wouldn't use that anyway because I'd be outputting via the video card. So i5 9th gen, so I've got 10th gen there that was bought last year. So yeah, I mean, you get what you pay for, I suppose. Obviously I paid a fair bit more than I think you. Let's see what we get out of this. It may be worth it if you wanted to go with that, if it's still available, that is. So we've got 8 gigabytes installed, expandable up to 64 gigabytes. So they've got 512 gigabyte solid state drive. Basically, that's what that means. I do like the fact you can install a second hard drive, just a regular hard drive, 2.5-inch hard drive, just by pushing it in. You don't need to open up the case, which is that's pretty cool. And then just Windows 11. There we go. Blah blah blah. I've still got Windows 10 on mine. I wouldn't bother upgrading from Windows 10 to Windows 11 on a PC. I mean, I think the sort of older PC I've got at the moment, 'cause I've got 2 PCs. The older PC I bought with Windows 7. God, I wish I'd just gone straight to 10 at the time. That was August 2015. It's still going, but I don't use it as I use it sort of just for general internet and website stuff. I don't do it as I don't use it for games really anymore. That's what the newer one is for. But yeah, when I went from 7 to 10, it does cause problems. I think when you're trying to run a new, you've had a change in operating system basically. So the newer one with 10 on it, I'll leave that one with 10. I'm not going to try and upgrade to 11. It can do 11. But no, I'll leave that. And so the next one, I guess, will have 11 on it. But yeah, fine. I'm not going to bother just changing operating system. So it features USB 3.0, HDMI, Wi-Fi, 8 gig. Yeah, we've covered that. So yeah, I mean, it seems all right. Pre-order now for how much? Well, we'll come to that. So that's the Ultimate. Then the 64X Extreme. Extremely silent, passive cooling, no moving parts. So we've got a Celeron processor up to 2.6 gigabytes. I'm a bit behind the times understanding this sort of thing, so I don't know how that is, but looks like we've got UHDs for 4K graphics. Looks like not a separate graphics card, so we've got it's built into the motherboard, I guess. 4 gigabytes of RAM, okay. Wi-Fi, 4K, 60 Hertz graphics. Well, it'll output that obviously, but how the games run on that particular machine, they certainly won't run in 4K with 60 Hertz happily anyway. But it comes with a 256 gig solid state drive. Okay, and obviously you can install the second one there. That's fine. Besides, we've got 4 USB 3.0s, 2 USB 2.0s, 2 LAN. Why do I need 2 LAN? Just so just plugging in a regular rather than, even though you'll have. I know there's no Wi-Fi on this. It looks like. But why would you need 2 wired connections for internet? I don't know. COM1. God, I've lost track of what that is. A line out for the sound. SD card reader and a hard drive docking station, so that's okay. Perfect for day-to-day games, applications, people working from home, blah blah blah. Older PC games and retro gaming. Wow, Mel Jesus Rocks would love it. 64X Barebones. Comprises of SA double shot keycaps, Cherry MX switches. So yeah, very basic. Power switch, just very basic stuff. It just doesn't really seem to do an awful lot. Just a Raspberry Pi compute module, 4 multi-card reader. Wow, a fan. Designed for the enthusiasts. Build your own mini ITX-based Commodore 64 with your own sourced components. Exploded view shows everything included. The optical drive bay will be unpopulated, giving you more choices over the build. So, yeah, I wouldn't really. If I was going to go for this, I wouldn't go for the Barebones. It sounds like too much hassle, quite frankly. Commodore. Oh, the Commodore 64 version. Oh, this is what's coming next, obviously. Commodore VIC-20, then a Commodore 16. So that's the next plans. Right. So, and these are the prices. It's the Barebones. I mean, I'll bring up the UK prices. Extreme $399. So $400. VIP, early bird. Yeah, so they'll have gone up since. So it's going to be, you're going to be paying the same price as a PlayStation 5 for that, basically. And the Ultimate, the PC I got was about 900 quid or something. Yeah, just a shade over 900 quid. And that's with 16 gigabytes of memory. And what? So look, yeah, 16 gigabytes of 2666 megahertz DDR4 memory. The memory on this C64X isn't as good, and I'm not quite sure what the exchange rates are at the moment, but yeah, I'm roughly guessing 1,200 quid for a see VIP 1,000. No, not $1,200. So is that a grand these days? You're paying a lot just for the sake of it, basically. So that's a hell of a lot to pay. Not quite chuffed with that. 24-inch Commodore Retro monitor. Yeah, so you're paying around $300 for that, and but even more with the early bird pricing, and then obviously it's going to be more for if you want the paying regular price, I guess. Hard drive dock if you want to buy that separately. That's £20. Mugs, whatever, blah blah blah, pointless peripherals. Shipping costs at least £12, I suppose, is okay for whichever one you have in the UK. But with the monitor, 15 quid seems okay. Merchandise free of charge, fine. You can have a look at this if you want to pay more, I suppose. The timeline: the guy submitted his Chichester College C64 running Windows 7 project, and I discover Commodore USA. Barry Altman, CEO of Commodore USA, passes away. Company ceases trading. April 2014, I make some inquiries, purchase the C64X injection molds, some keyboards, and Commodore USA domain name. Then November, my retro computer trademarked. Then he has a bit of trouble with the Commodore IP. So he puts things on hold. That takes a few years. Then he's furloughed, and then he just starts bringing it back as My 64, but he then agrees terms. And then June 2022, he's able to launch on Kickstarter. And then August, he's planning to ship the injection molds. Now, bear in mind, with you have Kickstarter, then there's you have a proof of concept. So that means it's going to happen basically, unlike the Intellivision Amico. The Atari VCS used Indiegogo, where you can get away with anything, but somehow they push something out the door. Development of Commodore Monitor, the new keyboard Begin, and the chameleon colours picked from plastic swatch samples. October this year, the first 64X models. So it's going to take a while, obviously. First 64X models arrive for quality control inspection. We also take delivery of the 3D printed monitor. December, injection mold construction for monitor and other small components begins. January next year, retail box artwork finalised, and then there's a Chinese New Year. February 2023, the first monitor arrives for inspection. March, the Commodore OS Vision release, and then the manufacturing of all models begins. May 2023, finished shipping. May 2030, the Amico tries to have a comeback. Ha 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 ha. So Commodore story. I won't go into detail about all this. I've not had a read through it, but I'm sure you can go through all that. Let's just but he had it on at the Retcon September 2021 with my 64 and my VIC-20. And there it is again. Looks kind of nice, but I wouldn't pay this sort of price for it. Turn that noise off. What we got? Oh, the Commodore. The top half of the case being pressed. That's quite nice. Then we've got here bottom half being pressed. Oh, where's it gone? That's not me. That's it's obviously him filming it. Slow process, isn't it? Then he's got the boxes there. So we call it my VIC-64 and my VIC-20. I guess away from the 64, C64 and the VIC-20, that kind of thing. So yeah. So. There we go. Blah blah. What's that? Have a look. I'm just going to mute it because there's some sound on this. You can probably just hear my fan now. I don't know whether there's copyrighted music on this, so I didn't want to risk it. Why bother? And they were a joy to use. Yeah, when I had my Atari ST, those were good days. Hey, I wonder if they'll do an Atari Mini. I'd like that. 2011. 11 years ago. When I was 11 years younger than I am now. I went on holiday to Prague. It's very nice. I've been on holiday abroad since. My it's expired. It would be if it's over 10 years ago. My passport. So I need to get a new passport if I'm to go abroad. I'd love to go to see loads of different places in Eastern Europe. That'd be good. I went to Russia when I was 14 and went with the school. It was the year we were there. We left about 2 or 3 weeks. We left 2 weeks before the Chernobyl incident. So I was just turning 14. So from that you can work out how old I am. Yeah, I'm 21 again. So yeah. So yeah, it looks fair enough. I'm nearly done. What's that racing game? Yep. Oh, come on. I wonder what that one is. If you know, then let me know in the comments below. 11. So yeah, just 11. Packaging will be full gloss retail print. So, oh yeah, so the campaign runs for 30 days and it goes up to Sunday 17th of July. So we'll go through all the pledges and we can see what there is. Hang on, scroll up. So you can pledge without a reward. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. If I'm going to buy something, I want something for my money. So the Barebones one's £112 or more. If you want that, April 2023. I think it was saying. Well, I suppose it said May 2023 for the. By the time they got everything out. Now, whenever I've bought anything from Kickstarter, and I've not done it for a while because I end up buying stuff I never used for quite some time. I just always expect it to get delayed by a few months. Never expect it to come out on the date itself. £260 for a monitor. Yeah, wouldn't bother with that. But if you want to, you go for it. So £378 gives you the Commodore 64X Extreme. So you can still get these early bird offers in that case. I thought they'd have all gone by now, but yeah. So I've gone through. This is the one with the Celeron processor. Then £910 for the early bird 64X Ultimate. So yeah, that's pretty much the same. I think I paid £916 for my PC, but yeah, so you're paying that. I mean, you're getting the 1650, I suppose, instead of my 1660 Super. I've got more RAM, I've got bigger hard drive, but you're getting a fancy case. So there you go. And what else have we got on here? Oh, then we've got the ones that have already gone. So the VIP, early bird, well, not early bird, but yeah, the early ones. The earliest ones, so VIP 64X Barebones was £98. What was that? Oh yeah, that's the Ultimate there. £330 for the Extreme. That one's gone, and this one's gone as well. £827 for the 64X Ultimate. So there you go. So if you want to buy it, I'll put a link in the video description below. So £112. £378 or £910 depending on which one you want, and an extra £260 if you want to buy a monitor. Yeah, some people might do if you want to. I think that's everything though. This website's a ball ache to try and fucking navigate. Oh, hang on, let me just we got updates wise. Can add a memory upgrade. Ooh, let's have a look. For as little as £9. Not sure what the upgrade is. Unless that's to go from what was it? 8 was it 8 gig to 16 gig? I'm not sure. Let me just go back to just go back in earlier dates. So there we go. What else we got? What's community? Oh, just number of people who backed it. That's all. Where are they? Oh, just roughly where they've come from. I think the commas it does them in yeah, sort of latest ones. How do I upgrade add on the memory? Yeah, so they've not replied as of yet, but then it's, I mean, as I'm doing this, it's they obviously they're based in the UK somewhere, so as I'm in the UK, I look, it's about what time is it now as I'm recording this? Just coming up to 11 PM at night, so yeah, they won't be getting back to people until tomorrow, I guess. So I don't know. I'll you can see from here if you want to go through all these. I started when the German discounter Aldi offered an educational box with a Commodore 64, a Commodore 16, together with a data set. I remember those names. Data set. Like instead of cassette single, we had Cassingle. Right before Christmas '85, therefore I hope to be able to build me a brand new daily driver system 40 years later, recreating the look I've had in the old days on my desk. My C16 became a bit unstable when soldering in some enhancements, and therefore I switched to the +4. I still have the +4 in good condition and measured out the colours. Knock yourself out. So, one guy's willing to donate it. So yeah, I'm not going to go through all those. That's enough, really. So there you go. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to back this. As at the time of putting this on here, there's 8 days to go. It runs until Sunday, July 17th. Oh, it says on there, Sunday, July 17th, 6:18 a.m. That's very early. I'm not going to be up that early on a Sunday morning. I'll tell you that for nothing. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all the notifications, and cue Genesis.